Hello students, welcome to our chapter 2 of the science lesson. Now we are going to talk about the human reproductive system. The lesson 1 for the human reproductive system, we aim to identify the different parts of the reproductive systems in humans. Hi everyone, now let's start this chapter with a quick question. How are the parents and their children alike? Now you can say that they may be alike or different in their skin color, height, weight, hair color, eye color, and other body features. Now the next question. How are they different? How are the male and female members different? Well, you can see like the boys, they will have short hair, the girls long hair, even though some of them will have also different characteristics. For example, some of the girls also love to have short hairs. But what are other things that looks different? Yes, the body. Okay, the girls also have breasts, and then the boys do not have breasts. Okay, and then you can see that the boys are more muscular while the girls do not. Okay, and then what changes do you think happen to the bodies of the children as they grow? Well, true, that's true. You see, when you were smaller, when you're still in the kindergarten, for example, you are from baby and then going to toddler and then nursery K1, K2, and now you are in P6. You are now taller and heavier as you grow. Now, from that picture, we can see that, how do you think boys and girls are different as they grow up? You see? Do you think that the males and females have different organs to produce offspring? Well, yes, boys become taller, the females are able to give birth, okay, mummies get pregnant, and then for around 9 months, and then finally you were born, okay. Now let's see that there are some differences between the males and females. They have different organs because we need or they need to produce offspring. From this activity, let's see from the pictures on the left side, let's try to map these photos or pictures to the correct Venn diagram. Okay, let's see from the first, what is this? This is the heart, good. So remember, the heart uses to pump blood. Do you think that is owned by the male or female or by both? That's good. It is owned by both. Now this one, the next one, the lungs. Okay, do you think the lungs is owned by only male or female or by both? Good job. It is owned by both. Okay, now let's see this picture on the left. In this picture on the left is what we call as the male reproductive organs. Okay, this one is the male reproductive organs. Meanwhile, this one is what we call the female reproductive organs. Okay, and the last one, this one is what we call intestines. Intestine, yeah, that is from one of our digestive system. Of course, it is useful for both male and female. Without the digestive system, we cannot absorb food. That's why the intestine should be for both, okay, for male and female. So these are the parts where you put the pictures. Now, the next one, let's see about the male reproductive system. Don't forget to check page 26 of your student book. And now let's see the diagram of human male reproductive system. Don't forget that we have what we call sperm that is produced by the male reproductive system. Let's see the picture. So this is what we call male reproductive system. This is what we call testis. This one what we call sperm duct. And then this is what we call urethra. And then this one what we call penis. Penis will be the one that is giving out both your pee and also the sperm. But the sperm is produced in your testis and is being transported by the sperm duct to the penis. Now let's check the following questions. Are all the parts of the male reproductive system inside the body? What do you think? Now, not all parts of the male reproductive system are inside the body. Are the testes located inside the body? Okay, the testes or the testis, if only one, located inside the body or outside the body? The answer is outside the body. So what is the function of the testes? They produce sperm. So other than the testes, which other parts of the male reproductive system is outside the body? Good job. The answer is the penis. Okay, this is the penis. You can see there is writing. So how does the sperm travel out of the testes? The sperm is carried out by the sperm ducts to the urethra. The penis releases sperm outside the body. What would happen if the sperm ducts are blocked? If the sperm ducts are blocked, the sperm will not be able to travel to the urethra and release outside of the body. Hi everyone, now let's continue with the main concept of the human female reproductive system. Don't forget to check your page 27 of the student's book. And now let's see the parts of the female reproductive system. Now we know that eggs are produced in the female reproductive system. So let's see which part of those. Yeah, true. That is the first, the ovaries or singular for ovary is the female reproductive system that has the job to produce eggs, and then it will be carried by the oviduct to the next part, that is the uterus. So the uterus will contain or hold the eggs inside until it's time for the eggs after it is ripe. Okay, and if the female does not get pregnant, that means the eggs will dissolve and then will be given out or taken out of the body from the vagina as blood. Let's talk about this picture. Okay, are all the parts of the female reproductive system inside the body? Yes, of course, true. All the parts of the female reproductive system are inside the body, unlike the boys or the male reproductive systems, such as the testes and also the penis, are outside the body. Where are eggs released in the female reproductive system? The answer is ovaries. Very good. Now, the next question. How does an egg travel after it is released by the ovary? Very good. The egg is carried by the oviduct to the uterus. Now, what is the function of the uterus? What is the function? Yes, true. It is where the baby develops. So when your mom is pregnant, there is a little baby inside the uterus. Put on our thinking cap. What will happen if anyone part of the human reproductive system fails to function? Can the person produce offspring? Hmm, let's see. What do you think the answer? Yes, good job. Yeah, some students or you may say yes and you might some say no. So remember that the reproductive system is a whole. So if one part of if the ovaries, for example, in a female or the testes in a male fail to function, what will happen? Yeah, what will happen is that the eggs will not be released and the female will be unable to produce offspring. Okay. On the other hand, for the male, the sperm will not be produced and he will be unable to produce offspring too. So the answer is what will happen if any one part of the human reproductive system fails to function? What will happen? That means if one of the part of the human reproductive system fails to function, that means the male or female will be unable to produce offspring. Let's check your understanding by giving tick to the statement you think that is true or false. Let's go to the first. The ovaries release eggs. Do you think that is true or false? Yes, good job. The answer is true. Next, the testis is a female reproductive part. Is that true or false? The testis. Okay, the testis is a female reproductive part? No, false, right? The testis is the male reproductive part. The next one. All the male and female reproductive parts are outside the body. Is that true or false? Yes, good job. It is false. Okay. False. This one also false. And this one true. Okay, let's go to the next. You will have a Kahoot quiz if you're in the class, so don't forget. Later we can have the quiz of Kahoot. Okay, let's continue. Okay, don't forget to complete homework worksheet 1 with the go to lesson 2, puberty. The learning aim is to describe how our body changes during puberty. See the following pictures. There is a boy and a girl. So how do you think the boy and the girl will change as they grow? Will they look the same after a few years? What do you think? Well, actually, the answers will be depending on the gender, because every boy and girl will have different changes. So, do you think the boy will grow a beard? Yes, good job. But do you think the girl will grow taller? Yes, good job. The answer is yes, but it is still not complete. So let's see the next slides to understand more about our puberty. You don't forget to open page 29 of the student's book. So this is about thinking about how our body is going to change when we grow up. So you better think about it first. You can take a look at your big brother, big sister if you have at home, and then even you can take a look at your mom, your dad, your uncle, your auntie, and everybody, so you understand how it looks different. And also, you can also think about how your appearance different from that in adult, okay, and how if your appearance is different from a younger child. For example, you are now in P6, you can think about your little brother and sisters in P1. Do you look different and others? So those are the things that you can think about while we are going to go to the next slide. So main concept, what is puberty? So it usually begins between the ages of 8 and 14. And then we go through puberty to become an adult and be able to reproduce. So the puberty is actually the period of growth and development in which males and females become able to reproduce. But remember, this activity, let's see what changes happen to boys, girls, or both. Let's see, before we answer together, I would like you to read the slide first for a moment. And now let's think about the answers. Okay, are you ready? Start? Okay, now let's start from the boys first. Let's see, the boys will have, good job, the facial hair grows. Okay, and then the next, what else? Menstruation starts, oily skin and pimples? Guess not. Testes start to produce sperm? Yes, good job. This is the boys. Okay. Next, the voice deepens. Very good. Now let's go to the girls. Oh no, both boys and girls. What will happen to the both boys and girls? The first is the growth spurt. Okay. And then what else? Hair grows under armpits and around pubic area. Okay. And then what else? Oh yes, good job. That's why you have lots of pimples. You will have oily skin and pimples. Now, what about the girls? The girls are maybe the ones that haven't been thick. The first, definitely you will have developed your breasts. Your breasts will become bigger, and then your hips will widen, and then your menstruation will start. So don't be afraid, girls. Okay, and then boys too. So all of these are natural, and it happens to everyone. And this is what we call normal. Now let's think. Why should we take care of our reproductive system? Okay. We have to take care of our reproductive system because there will be many changes happen as we go through puberty. It is very important to keep our reproductive system healthy. Okay, what are some good hygiene habits we should practice during puberty? What are the things? Yes, good. We should, for example, we should wash our private parts daily to reduce the risk of infection. Now let's wrap up. So what is actually puberty? Now you answer the questions. What is puberty? Yes, good job. Puberty is the process through which our body changes and develops as we become an adult so that we are able to reproduce. Number two, compare the changes that happen in boys and girls during puberty. Puberty, what are some similarities? I'll give you time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. The similarities include, for example, a growth spurt, okay, hair growth under the armpits and around the pubic area. And of course, remember just now, you will have oily skin and pimples. That's why when your age and then you have lots of pimples, don't be confused because that is your puberty time. That's why you have oily skin and pimples. Now, let's wrap up and play a quiz. Maybe will be in your class or during later online because we need to do it using your handphone and it is not possible now. Okay, now don't forget you have to complete homework worksheet 2 about puberty. Now, lesson 3, growing up. Now, in this lesson, we are going to learn how our body changes during puberty. Before we start, let's recall what happened or what changes that you have gone through, or maybe the physical changes that you can see or observe as a human grows. This actually have been done in the previous slides before, but you can compare the appearance of a baby, a child, a teenager, and adult. What differences are there? Well, a person can grow taller, heavier, you have changes in body shape, especially as the boy or the girl changes or grows from a baby and then changes into an adult. So every time they have physical changes. Now the main concept, the sperm, okay, about the reproductive system. Remember that the sperm from a male and the egg from a female are needed for human reproduction. Now, during puberty, our body develops so that we can reproduce. Puberty can happen at different times for different people. Now, let's start with an activity for writing. So, write a few sentences to describe what you feel about going through puberty. Don't forget to start doing this activity, and then we can start talking about this activity in the class. Okay? Don't forget about that. But I have some questions you might want to think about, like what questions or concerns do you have about puberty? So what are you nervous about going through puberty? Maybe you are feeling worried, suddenly you have lots of pimples, and then for the girls, maybe some of you is already having menstruation, and then you grow hair, and then the boys too. So don't get confused because those are normal things to happen when you reach puberty. Now, this one is the critical thinking again. Why is it important for humans to reproduce? To answer this question, you can open page 32 of your student's book, and maybe you can get into groups, okay? Students with students to share your common feelings and concerns about what you have, about puberty, and maybe you can even carry out research to find the answers that can address such feelings and concerns. Maybe you feel worried because you have lots of pimples, you think you are being dirty or maybe unhealthy. No, that is not true. Okay, that is very normal. So, do you think your friends share the same feeling with you? Guess so. So, all of you can share this information together so you can understand and you can share your feelings with others. Now to wrap up, we are almost finished with this chapter. Okay, let's see if you can move or you can write the correct words to the correct boxes. Let's see the first question. The period of growth and development in which a person becomes able to reproduce. So what is the answer? Just now, do you still remember what is the period of growth and development in which a person becomes able to reproduce? Yes, good job. The answer is puberty. And then the next one, sperm is produced here. Sperm is produced here. What is that? The answer? Testes. Good job. Yeah, very good. The answer is testes. Now the next one. Eggs are released here. Eggs are released here. So which one is eggs are released here? True. Okay, the answer is ovaries. Yeah, ovaries. So this one will be here. Okay, eggs are released Here, just now puberty done and then testis done. Now the last one. This requires a sperm from a male and an egg from a female. So what is that? Yes, good job. The answer is reproduction. Because by reproducing, then the parents will have the offsprings. Okay? Now, the next one. Homework. Please try to draw the outline of a human body. Label the diagram to show the changes that you expect to happen as you go through puberty. Now that's it for our lesson for chapter 2. Hopefully you have understood and gained some knowledge about the reproductive system, both in males and females. And I'm gonna see you again in our third chapter. Stay tuned and see you in the class. Bye bye.